Hi, this is Janelle, the relationship coach behind the Successful Invisible. And I'm here today with another dating tip. And this one is more of an insight for reflection upon your own upbringing and what you saw growing up, so you can be aware of it when you go into dating. This is the dating tip. We are often most attracted to a person who exhibits the most prevalent toxic traits we saw in our household growing up. Now, to be clear, all toxic traits aren't about violence or abuse. If you've grown up in such households, please reach out and connect with licensed mental health professionals so you can work on your healing, because that has caused you some trauma, either recognized or unrecognized. You have some things to heal from. But apart from those things that we commonly think of as toxic, there were toxic traits that our parental figures, caregivers, whomever, exhibited in our household that were the most prevalent. And if they weren't aligned to actual abuse, many times we dismissed them. However, as adults dating, we are likely attracted to a person who exhibits those same traits. So, for instance, myself, I grew up in a very healthy, balanced household. My father was a workaholic, okay? That was the toxic trait that was most prevalent in my home. So, when I'm out and dating, which I'm actively dating, I am often attracted to men who are workaholics. I myself am a workaholic. It is an attractive trait to me because it was so prevalent. It was around me all the time, and I'm used to it. Now, in actuality, is being a workaholic healthy? No, I do recognize that. There are things that I'm doing to unpack that within myself, but it's also something I have to be very aware of when I'm dating. And I see, a high achieving man and they are working all the time. I ran this concept past a couple of friends and associates, and they agreed. They could see the same thing. It made them take a step back and think about it. So I want you to be very aware as you're out here in these dating streets that oftentimes the person or the people you are attracted to or dating are a reflection, in some of their characteristics, of the most prevalent toxic trait or traits that you saw in your home growing up. What do you do about shifting this perspective? Because there's nothing wrong with a hard worker, but in my case, I want to be more cognizant around addressing a workaholic. Ask questions. Every time I meet a man and I'm out, I ask questions, first to myself and then to him, to understand the boundaries he has around work and what his work-life balance looks like. Asking questions is one of the most powerful things you can do, especially when they're questions that align with self-reflection and self-awareness. So start asking yourself questions. Once you identify what that toxic trait is, or what those toxic traits are that were the most prevalent in your home, and start thinking back on past relationships and past lovers. And what are some of the things that immediately come to mind when you think of them? You will more than likely find some alignment there. So be mindful, ask questions first to yourself, then to your potential partner, and from that position, from that informed position, make the best decision for you about how to move forward with the relationship or the dating, whatever phase you're in, if you want to move forward at all.